Good morning, children. So we have to start with the classes here, and I'm going to deal with a lesson in social studies. Okay. So in this lesson, basically, we are going to learn about some physical features of our country, India. Okay. So, do you know where exactly is India located? Where on the earth is India located? See, we know we have got continents, isn't it? We have got continents, like we have got the biggest continent is Asia, then we have North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, isn't it? So we have got these 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Australia, Antarctica. In this, the biggest continent is Asia. So look at the map here. It's a world map, and you can see Asia in a different color over there. Okay. So this colored portion of the Earth's continent is the Asian continent, right? And India is located in this continent, right? I will show you another map of Asian continent in which you can locate India. See, this is Asia, the map of Asia, and you can see India is marked there, right? The other prominent countries in Asia are China is there, Russia is there. Russia we don't share any border with them, okay, leave it. China is there, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Right? So the other countries that lie around India in Asia are Pakistan, Afghanistan. To the top of India we have China. On the shoulders we have Nepal. After Sikkim we have Bhutan. Then after Arunachal Pradesh region northeast we have Myanmar. Beside West Bengal we have Bangladesh. And at the bottom we have a small island neighbor called Sri Lanka. Okay. So look at the map here and identify the countries. Which are the countries? Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Now in Asia we can see India is located in the southern part. Okay, India is located on the southern part, so India is called a Southern Asian country or a South Asian country. Okay, so India is called a South Asian country because India is located at the southern part of Asia. Okay, so what we have learned in this part is India is a country which is located in the Asian continent. In Asia, India is located at the southern part of the Asian continent. So India is an Asian country. India is a South Asian country. The other countries that are there around India are Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh and the island country Sri Lanka. Right? Now, India is a very big country. It is a very big country. It is the 7th largest country in the world. India is the 7th largest country. Okay, India is the 7th largest country in the world, and it measures, look at the map, it measures 3,000 kilometers from west to east. Right? From the eastern tip in Arunachal Pradesh it measures 3000 kilometers from west to east, and from north to south, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, it is 3200 kilometers. Okay? Clear? So from east to west it is 3000 kilometers long, and from north to south, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, it is 3200 kilometers long. Right? And India has almost all the major physical features. We have mountains in India. We have mountains. We have a plateau. We have plains. We have hills. Then we have ocean. We have a sea, Arabian Sea. We have a Bay of Bengal. We have a lot of rivers. Okay. Again here we have a coastal area, coastal plains. We have a desert. Right? So India has almost all the major physical features that we can find in the world. Right? They include mountains, plateaus, plains, hills, coastal areas, deserts, forests are also there. Right? So India has all these major physical features like mountains, plateaus, plains, hills, coastal areas, deserts and forests. Then water bodies. We have oceans, we have seas, we have bay, we have rivers, lakes, all. And some of these even form the boundaries of India also. So now let's see what are the boundaries of India. Okay, I'll write over here. What are the boundaries of India? So what do you mean by the boundary? What do you mean by boundary? Boundary means what are the things that lie at the four sides of something. Okay, so what is in the north? Beyond India, what is there in the north? What is there in the east? What is there in the west? What is there in the south? Okay, that is they are the boundaries. Okay, so here in the east part, in the eastern direction, we have Myanmar and Bay of Bengal. In the eastern part we have the country Myanmar and Bay of Bengal. Right? In south we have Indian Ocean. Okay, so in the east we have Myanmar and the Bay of Bengal. In the south we have Indian Ocean. In the west we have Arabian Sea and Pakistan. Okay, in the west we have Arabian Sea in the bottom part and Pakistan in the northern part. And in the north we have Himalayas, China. Right? So these are the major boundaries of India. Okay? So what are the major boundaries of India? What are the major boundaries of India? In the east we have Myanmar and the Bay of Bengal. In the south we have Indian Ocean. In the west we have Arabian Sea and Pakistan. In the north we have Himalayas and China. Now look at this map. Look at this map and you can see all the borders of India marked well on that. See, on the eastern side you have Myanmar and the Bay of Bengal. Myanmar is a country which lies to the east of our eastern states. Okay, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, those regions. And below that we have a Bay of Bengal. Look at the southern part of India. Look at the southern part of India, we have a Indian Ocean there. On the west again, just like we have Bay of Bengal on the eastern side, on the western side we have a Arabian Sea. We have a Arabian Sea. And above Arabian Sea on the land we have a Pakistan. We have a Pakistan. And on the north we have the Himalayan mountains, and above that we have the country China. Okay, so I'll leave you for 1 minute. You have 1 minute time. Look, observe the map and look at the major boundaries of India. Okay, so mountains, plateaus, plains, hills, coastal regions, deserts, forests, oceans, seas, bays, rivers, lakes, all these kinds of things help in deciding the physical features of India. Means, India can be divided into different physical regions. For example, the areas where we have hills or mountains in the northern part of India is entirely different from the plain regions in the southern India. Okay, we have oceans here, we have different rivers here, but mountains, they won't have any oceans, isn't it? So, based on these differences, some regions we have huge mountains, there are no oceans over there are no seas over there, right? Some land areas are very plain, we cannot find any hills or mountains over there. Some regions we have plenty of forest areas. Some areas it's very sandy. No water, no cultivation is possible. Right? And in some area we can have oceans or the seas close to that. Right? So based on these kinds of differences that we have, the physical features of India is divided. Okay? So the different physical features are divided based on these differences in the features. Okay, so the basic physical divisions of India, right? So we can say the physical divisions. The physical divisions of India are classified like this. The first one is the northern mountains or the Himalayas. Okay, so the first one is the northern mountains or the Himalayas. Means the northern part of India near Kanyakumari, near Kashmir and all those regions, we have very huge mountains. Okay, so now look at the map over here, it's already there. Okay, so the northern part of India is of a continuous huge mountain ranges. So what is the name of those mountains? Yeah, they are called the Himalayas. Okay, so that is the first physical division of India. Okay, the Himalayas. Right? Now, the second is the northern plains. Just below these mountains, along the rivers that comes out of the mountains, we have plain land areas. Okay, there won't be any mountains kinds of things over there. They are very plain, flat land areas. Okay, so they are known as the northern plains. Right? Can you see them in the picture? Can you see them in the map given over there? The northern plains. They lie just to the south of the mountains that we have in the north. Okay? Now, the third is the Great Indian Desert. Right? In the north itself, to the west of the plains, we have a desert, or that is also known as the Thar Desert. Right? Yeah, the Rajasthan region of India is a desert region. No? Yes, that is the Great Indian Desert or a Thar Desert. Now, the fourth one is the Southern Plateau. The fourth one is the Southern Plateau. Plateau is a raised land. It's not as high as a hill or so, but not as low as a plain. In between the hills, there will be raised land areas. Okay, that is known as a plateau. And the southern region of India, we have a big plateau. We also call it the Deccan Plateau. Okay, so the southern region is called the Southern Plateau or the Deccan Plateau. Now, the fifth one is, we saw now when we checked the boundaries, on one side, the eastern side we have Bay of Bengal, southern India we have the Indian Ocean, and the west we have Arabian Sea, isn't it? So all these three, the two seas and the ocean, actually give us a very long coastal plain. Right? A very lengthy coastal area. In the west, it's from the Gujarat and it comes through the southern part. It takes on the eastern side and it ends in the West Bengal. And the total length of this coastal line is 7,500 kilometers. So what is the length of the total coastal line of India? You can see in the map, it's colored differently there. The coastal line, it's a 7,500 kilometer long. Okay? So the coastal line, the coastal plain is on the eastern side, it's because of the Bay of Bengal. The southern side, it is because of the Indian Ocean. And in the western side, we have Arabian Sea. So towards the coastal region, we have plenty of plain areas also. The coastal line is different from a coastal plain. Okay, coastal line is where the land meets the sea. Coastal plain is the plain land areas we have on this coastal line. Right? And then the last we have is islands. So what do we mean by an island? An island is a land area which is covered by water on all the four sides. On all the four sides. And we have two island groups. In the Bay of Bengal, we have Andaman and Nicobar island groups. It's a chain of islands. Andaman and Nicobar islands. And in the west, in the Arabian Sea, we have Lakshadweep. Right? In the Arabian Sea, we have Lakshadweep. And here in the Bay of Bengal, we have Andaman and Nicobar islands. So these are the major physical divisions that we have in India. In the north we have the northern mountains or the Himalayas. Just below that we have the northern plains, which are basically formed by the rivers that come from the northern mountains. Then on the western side of this northern plains we have the great Indian desert or the Thar desert. Then the southern region is a plateau region, which is a raised landform. It's known as the southern plateau, or it is also called the Deccan plateau. Then a coastal plain across the coastal line, which is of about 7,500 kilometers. The plain regions along the coastal line is known as the coastal plain. And the islands, we have two islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the east in the Bay of Bengal, and Lakshadweep Islands in the western Arabian Sea. So these are the major physical divisions of India. And in this lesson, now today we are going to deal with the northern mountains or the Himalayas. Okay, so in this lesson today we are going to deal with only the northern mountains, the Himalayas in detail. Okay, so we will check which are the mountains over there, which regions of India has got these mountains, how the different layers of Himalaya mountains are organized, all these kinds of things, which are the major hill stations over there. Every such aspect of these northern mountains we will deal with in this lesson. In the next lessons we will deal with the other major physical features of India also. Okay, so in the morning, okay children, so we are now dealing with the northern mountains. So as northern mountains means the mountain ranges that we have in the north, and that's why they are called the northern mountains, right? So we have the northern part of India on the map over here, and the mountain ranges or the northern mountains are also known as the Himalayas. Okay, and they lie in the northern part, right? So here above Kashmir region we have one mountain range called the Karakoram range. Karakoram range means another line of mountains that is passing over there. So it is passing like this over here. Okay, so Himalayas starts from here and ends here, and this is the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so the Himalayas starts where? In the Kashmir. Okay, to the south of Karakoram range, the Himalayas starts and it runs like this to Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so Himalayas starts next to the Karakoram range and it runs. This is the line. This is the Himalayas. Okay. Okay. So why is this mountain range called the Himalayas? Hima means what? Hima means snow. Alaya means home. Okay. So Himalayas means nothing else but the storehouse of snow. So what does the Himalaya means? The storehouse of snow. So the name itself suggests one thing. The Himalayan ranges are covered with ice. Okay, and this largest stretch of mountains, this is the biggest mountain stretch in the world also. Okay, so their line is in an arch. Arch means what? When we go into the school, then we have an arch, no? Isn't it? A curve shape. So Himalaya also is lying in a curvical shape. Okay, the tallest mountains are seen in the Kashmir region. So even in Himalayas, some mountains are very tall, some are short. So in that, the tallest mountains are seen in here, and after coming over to Arunachal Pradesh, what it happens is, it bends down. Right? It bends down and go like this. Okay? So in this region, the height of the mountains are very short. Okay, it's a very short, and it's just like a wall. Hills are there. Okay, in northeastern states, after reaching Arunachal Pradesh, the Himalayas take a bend down south, and it runs through the states in India, and they are comparatively shorter in their heights, and they are usually known as northeastern hills. So what are they known as? Northeastern hills. Okay, so after reaching Arunachal Pradesh, they take a bend down south and runs across the states in India, and there they are known as northeastern hills. Now, the total length of Himalayas from Kashmir till its end in Arunachal Pradesh is 2,400 kilometers. Okay, so this huge wall of mountains, known as the storehouse of snow, starts just below the Karakoram range in Kashmir, goes in the shape of an arch until it reaches the northeastern state of Arunachal Pradesh. From there, it takes a bend and it runs further south down to the states of India over there. The tallest mountains are always found in the Kashmir region of this range, and as it comes over here, after taking the bend and turning to the south, they are just hills, and there they are known as northeastern hills. Okay? As I said, the Himalayas are the highest mountains in the world. The Himalayas are the highest mountains in the world, and they have a lot of snow-covered majestic places also. The highest peak in the world, which is the highest peak in the world? Yeah, the highest peak in the world is Mount Everest. Okay, what is the height of this Mount Everest? It's 8,848 meters above the sea level. Okay? It is 8,848 meters above the sea level. Why do we consider this above the sea level? Land may be of different heights. Plains are there, plateaus are there, hills are there, mountains are there. So the height varies. But what about the sea level? Yeah, water is flat. No? Everywhere that is a common platform to measure the height. Isn't it? So the sea level is considered as a zero, and from there we measure the height of these structures. So in that count, the height of Mount Everest is 8,848 meters above the sea level, and that is located in Nepal. So which is Nepal here? Yeah, this region is Nepal. Okay, and the location of Mount Everest is here. It's very close to the state of Sikkim in India. Okay, there are some other highest peaks also here in the Himalayan range, like we have Kanchenjunga. Okay, Kanchenjunga is another highest peak. Then we have Nanda Devi. Nankan, Kamat, Okay, so all these are, and Nanga Parvat also. Okay, so other some high peaks in the range of Himalayas is Kanchenjunga, Nanda Devi, Nankan, Kammat and Nangapur. Some other highest peaks in India are Kanchenjunga, Nanda Devi, Nankan, Kammat and Nangapur. There is another one, which is the highest peak in India. The highest peak in India is actually known as K2. Okay, and its another name is Godwin Austen. Right? So it is not told in publicly as a Godwin Austen, but we usually call it by the name K2, and the location of K2 is here. Okay, the other highest peaks, Kanchenjunga is the second highest peak. Kanchenjunga comes here. Okay, the other peaks in India are scattered in this region. Okay, so the highest peak in the world is Mount Everest, which is in Nepal. The highest peak in India is K2 or Godwin Austen in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, now who climbed to the top of Mount Everest for the first time? Edmund Hillary. Edmund Hillary, along with the Sherpa called Tenzing Norgay. They were the people who climbed on top of Mount Everest in 1953. Okay? So, lot of people had tried even before that to reach the top of Mount Everest, but usually they couldn't. The first man to reach the highest peak of Mount Everest is Edmund Hillary. He is from New Zealand. Okay, so this person, Tenzing Norgay, was a Sherpa. Sherpa means they are people who live in these mountains. So they know how to climb mountains and all. So they will always assist these people who want to climb Mount Everest and other peaks. Okay, so both of them together reached the pinnacle. Pinnacle means the topmost point of Mount Everest in 1950. The Himalayan range, right from the Karakoram range till the Arunachal Pradesh region, is actually divided into three parallel ranges. Means it's not a single stretch of mountains. There are three different stretches of mountain happening over there. Okay, so the first one is called the Greater Himalayas. First one is called the Greater Himalayas. Okay, so first one is called the Greater Himalayas. This is also known as the Himadri range. Okay, the Himadri range, that is the topmost layer in the three layers of Himalayas. The topmost layer goes like this. Okay, the topmost range of mountains that runs through the Himalayas is known as the Greater Himalayas or Himadri. Okay, the second one is called the Lesser Himalayas. The Lesser Himalayas. Okay, so the Lesser Himalayas are otherwise known as Himachal. Okay, the Lesser Himalayas are otherwise known as the Himachal, and they run in the bottom of this Greater Himalayas. Okay, now the third one is called the Lower Himalayas. The Lower Himalayas or the Shivaliks. The third range, the third layer or the third parallel range of mountains is the Himalayas that runs through here. Okay, so Himalayas are actually three parallel ranges running one after the other. Okay. Okay. So the first one is called the Greater Himalayas or the Himadri, the topmost one. The second parallel range is called the Lesser Himalayas or the Himachal. This one, the blue colored one. The third range is the Lower Himalayas, the black colored one. Okay, when we say the Himalayas, it has all these three range of mountains inside it. Okay, when we say the Himalayas or the Himalayan range, it has all the three ranges inside it. Fine. Now we will see about the Greater Himalayas. See, the Greater Himalayas are also known as the Himadri. Hima means snow, Adri means mountains. So Himalayas, the Greater Himalayas are otherwise known as the Himadri, the snow-covered mountains. These ranges all throughout the year covered under thick layer of snow. Okay, and it stands like a great wall. See, we have this almost in the border region of India. Okay, we have them here also. In this region also we have it. Okay, so they stand like a very tall wall providing protection for our country, and it also has many of the highest peak in the Himalayan range. See, Everest falls here, na? Everest is here, K2 is here, K2 is here, Kanchenjunga is here, is it? Then the other peaks like Nanda Devi, Annapurna, Nagaparvat, all these regions are, all these peaks, not regions, all these peaks actually belong to the Greater Himalayas. Okay, Greater Himalayas also are also have glaciers. So what do you mean by glacier? Glacier is nothing else but an ice river we can see. A river-like structure in which the snow will be moving like a river. Not very fast, very slowly. Okay? So glacier is nothing else but an ice river. In simple terms, we can understand it as an ice river. It's very slowly moving. But these glaciers actually give birth to original rivers. For example, in Greater Himalayas, we have two glaciers. One is Gangotri, the second is Yamunotri. Okay, so Gangotri and Yamunotri are Gangotri Yamunotri are two glaciers. Glaciers means a very slow river of moving ice. Okay, so these two glaciers, actually the river Ganga originates from the glacier Gangotri. Okay, in the same way, Yamuna, the river Yamuna originates from the glacier Yamunotri. It actually falls in this region. Yamuna actually comes like this, and Ganga comes like this, and then they will join. Yamuna will come and join Ganga. Right? So it will be somewhere here, the glacier Yamunotri, and here somewhere we have the glacier Gangotri. Here, it's on top. Okay? So glacier is a slow moving river of ice, which actually helps for the rivers to get the water from it. Okay, so in Greater Himalayas, there are two famous glaciers. One is Gangotri, from where the river Ganga originates. The second is Yamunotri, from where the river Yamuna originates. This region of Greater Himalayas gives birth to some other rivers also. For example, the river Indus actually gets originated from here. Okay, the Indus river has its origin in India and then it flows into present day Pakistan. And then there are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi and Satluj. Four more rivers are there: Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi and Satluj. These rivers also will come and join Indus. Okay, so Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi and Satluj are west flowing rivers from Greater Himalayas or the Himalayan range. Okay, Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi and Satluj are the west flowing rivers, whereas there is another river which originates somewhere here. Okay, there is a lake called Manasarovar. Where is that? Yeah, just above this in Nepal we have a Tibet. Okay, it's very close to that region, and from there it flows like this. Okay, I will clear that place once. So here we have Manasarovar Lake. Okay, and very close to that Brahmaputra river originates and it flows like this and it reaches almost Arunachal Pradesh. We read earlier, when the Himalayas reaches the Arunachal Pradesh region, it becomes a shorter mountains, isn't it? So there is a gap in between the mountains through which this Brahmaputra river enters India, and from there it flows and joins Ganga. Okay, so Ganga and Yamuna are the two major rivers that originates into India, in India itself, from the Gangotri glacier and Yamunotri glacier. There are some other glaciers also present in this region, from where the west flowing rivers called Indus, Ravi, Jhelum, Chenab and Satluj are originated, and there are glaciers over here from where river Brahmaputra also originates. Okay, so this is about the Greater Himalayas. So Greater Himalayas are also known as Himatri. It is the topmost range of Himalayas. Almost all the tallest mountains are found in this region. It's a very tall and wall-like structure gives protection. It runs all the way from Karakoram range to Arunachal Pradesh. Mount Everest, K2, Kanchenjunga, Nanga Parbat, all these highest ranges are found in this region. They have got glaciers, a very slow moving river of ice is called a glacier. Gangotri is a glacier from which the river Ganga originates. Yamunotri is a glacier from river Yamuna originates. There are some other glaciers from which the west flowing rivers like Indus, Ravi, Jhelum, Chenab and Satluj originates, and on the eastern side the Brahmaputra originates. It flows parallel to India and enters India at Arunachal Pradesh. Children, so that is for the day. We have learned about the Himalayas, the major physical features of India, where are the different features located, and a bit about the northern mountains, the first range of Himalayas today. The other two, the lesser Himalayas and the lower Himalayas, we will do it in the next class, and the exercise part also we will do in that session itself. Okay, so till then, take care, bye.